At the bustling train station in Cape Town, I struggled with my suitcase, its weight mirroring the emotional burden I had carried since my husband's betrayal. This trip to Africa was meant to be a healing journey, a chance to rediscover myself. But frustration was quickly consuming me. Just as I was about to give up, a warm voice cut through the chaos. "Let me help you," said a tall man with a gentle smile. Turning, I met the kind eyes of Michael, a local teacher. Without hesitation, he lifted my suitcase. With ease, his effortless strength calming my rising anxiety. His English was impeccable, his voice rich with a soothing cadence. "It looks like you've had a long day," he said with a knowing smile. I nodded, managing a small reluctant grin, you could say. That as we walked toward the platform, Michael initiated a conversation speaking about Cape Town's rich history, its vibrant culture, and his work with children. His passion was contagious. And for the first time in what felt like ages, I felt myself relax. "What brings you here?" he asked curiously. I hesitated before answering, unsure of how much to reveal. "I suppose I'm searching for something. Or maybe running from something." Michael didn't push for details. Instead, he offered thoughtful recommendations, places to visit, things to avoid, hidden gems I wouldn't find in a guidebook. I was taken aback by his kindness toward a complete stranger. "Why are you helping me?" I finally asked, curiosity getting the best of me. He simply shrugged. "Kindness costs nothing, but it can mean everything to someone." As I boarded the train, I found myself grateful for his company. Even if only for a brief moment, we sat across from each other, the rhythmic hum of the train filling the silence between our words. Slowly, I found myself sharing more than I intended about my husband's betrayal, my choice to embrace solitude, and my journey toward self-discovery. Michael listened intently, his dark eyes filled with understanding. He too had faced disappointments, but spoke of hope rather than regret. I admired his resilience. By the time we reached our destination, I felt lighter. The weight I had carried for so long didn't seem as suffocating anymore. Over the next few days, I spent more time with Michael. What started as a simple encounter at the train station grew into something more. We explored the city together, shared meals, and had conversations that lingered long into the night. There was an undeniable connection forming between us, one I wasn't sure I was ready to acknowledge at 60. I had spent years building walls around my heart, shielding myself from further pain. But Michael had a way of slipping through the cracks, making me feel safe in a way I hadn't felt in years. Still, I hesitated. Was this real? Or was I simply seeking comfort in the arms of someone kind? One evening, as we watched the sunset over the bay, I found myself questioning everything. The way he looked at me, the warmth in his voice, it all felt too easy, too natural. But just as I was beginning to let my guard down, something shifted. Michael ran into an old acquaintance, a woman named Clara. Their interaction was brief, but the familiarity between them was undeniable. A pang of jealousy twisted in my chest, unexpected and unwelcome. I had no right to feel this way, yet I couldn't ignore the discomfort. Over the next few days, I noticed how easily they spoke, how effortlessly they fit into each other's world. Doubt crept in, whispering reminders of past betrayals. Was I just another temporary presence in his life? One afternoon, as we sat at a small cafe, I watched them talk, the ease between them unmistakable. I tried to push the feelings aside, but the hurt settled deep within me. That night I confronted Michael. The words spilled out before I could stop them. "What's going on between you and Clara?" I asked, my voice sharper than I intended. Michael seemed surprised, then sighed. "She's an old friend, nothing more." I wanted to believe him, but doubt had already taken root. "I can't be part of something uncertain. I don't want to be a distraction." He reached for my hand, but I pulled away. It wasn't just about Clara. It was about me, about the walls I had so carefully built, and the fear of tearing them. The next morning, I made a decision. I had come here to heal, not to get caught in another complicated entanglement. I packed my things, ignoring the ache in my chest. Michael tried to stop me, but I was resolute. There was too much confusion, too much uncertainty. I had to walk away. Days passed, and the weight of leaving him lingered. I had hoped that distance would bring clarity, But all I found was emptiness. I missed our conversations, his laughter, the comfort of his presence. Despite everything, I had let myself care for him. Then one afternoon a letter arrived Michael had written, pouring his heart onto the page. He spoke of regret, of his own fears, of how he had let the past keep him from embracing the present. He admitted that he had been afraid not of me, but of what I represented, a chance to love again. I sat with the letter in my hands, unsure of how to respond. My heart wavered between the need to protect itself and the yearning to believe in something real. Finally, I made a choice. The next day I went to the art gallery where Michael and I had shared one of our most intimate moments. I knew he would be there. When our eyes met, no words were needed at first. We simply stood there, two souls carrying the weight of unspoken feelings. Finally he spoke. I don't want to lose you. I want to try again. If you'll let me. I took a deep breath. I don't know if I can forget the hurt, Michael, but I am willing to see where this can go if you're willing to fight for it. We both knew love wasn't just about the good moments. It was about the struggles, the misunderstandings, the fears. But for the first time in a long time, I believed in the possibility of something new. As we walked side by side, no longer just travelers passing through each other's lives, I realized that this journey was only just beginning. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but maybe, just maybe, it would be worth it.